So this recording is from Elsa and Emmanuel, who is a student at the University of Sheffield, and they are sort of personally focused, they say, on diversity in public services, especially disability access, as well as queer representation and inclusion. Elsa describes themselves as autistic and physically disabled, and works to include these perspectives in discussions about LIS practice. Elsa's discussion is about neurodivergent networking, which is, I think, something that probably quite a lot of us do find quite challenging. So I'm hoping that this will work, playing of this media player.
Hello and welcome to this session on how to participate in professional networking while neurodivergent, subtitled How to Know the Right People When Talking is Difficult. In many fields, and of course library science is no exception, being able to advance through your career is going to be highly dependent on knowing the right people and having connections, which unfortunately is not easy for everybody. Some people just don't have that same drive to talk to people or don't know how to put themselves out there in the ways that they need to, and that's kind of what this session is here to help you with. So it's going to be divided into three main sections. The first one is going to be how to see others, how to find the people that you should know. And the key to this is really just to show up to things. Go to conferences like this. Just by showing up, you will get an idea of who is working in your industry, who's near you, who you might need to develop a relationship with, who is specializing in similar topics to you. You don't have to talk to them right now, but know who they are, know how to contact them, know what they're doing. The next thing you can do in terms of showing up is to use your local library services as often as possible. Get to know the people who work at your local library, get to know the people who work at your university library. You can follow your local library on social media. You can follow industry creators on social media. This will help you not only get to know them, but also get to know generally what's going on in the field. And then the other main thing I want to stress is signing up for newsletters from your local library, from journals, from organizations that interest you, so that you can keep up with events that are happening, with people who are speaking, with developments in your particular fields of interest. And so all of this will help you get an idea of who you might want to talk to potentially build confidence in specific sub-areas of the field that you might be interested in and want to participate in. The really big thing that you might be struggling with if you have a low social drive is not seeing others, but being seen yourself. Getting yourself out there can be really difficult when you potentially are very anxious about interacting with people, or you don't really know what you want to specialize in, or if you're just new to the field in general. So we're going to talk a lot about how to get seen. The easiest way to put yourself out there without having to go up and talk to people is to develop a social media presence. There's no guarantee, of course, that this will work out perfectly for you. I think everybody knows at this point that social media is very hit or miss on whether you get picked up or not, but just continually putting yourself out there on social media platforms like LinkedIn or Instagram or YouTube can help people find out that you exist, find out that you are in this field, hear your own unique perspective, and it'll also help you to develop your relationship with the field and kind of find what you want to be doing, what actually interests you, and how much energy you have to put into your work. Kind of in tandem with that is to share whatever work you can. If you can get papers published, that's amazing. That is a great way to get your name out there and to let people build up professional associations with you so that when they're looking to hire somebody for something very specific, they might be able to find you very easily. But of course, publishing papers isn't something everyone can just do. It takes a lot of time, it takes effort, it takes money, it takes partnership. So obviously, like, if you can't do that, don't try to do that. But even just maintaining a Substack where you post every now and then about things that you're doing in your personal life or in starter jobs can get those really important eyes on you and your work. You can also participate in organizing events. Again, this is another kind of demanding option, uh, but participating on the organization teams of conferences like this, which may not even require you to go anywhere in person, can be a great way to start. Your name can show up on organizer lists. People can remember that. People can see what events you've been a part of, and can then connect the dots to jobs that you might be fit for. And so really, like, participating in conferences like this is a huge way to build up your professional network without actually having to do a whole lot of socializing. It does require talking to some people, of course. You're going to have to talk to other organizers. You're going to have to take that first step yourself to get onto the team, and you're going to have to participate with the team. But that is a very structured way to interact with people that might help you kind of overcome that first barrier into becoming more comfortable with talking to people in general. And then the key to both of these directions, both seeing others and being seen, is to start small and start manageable. Get to know the people that you already know. You do not exist in a vacuum. No matter what place you are in your career, there are people around you right now who you can build friendships with, even outside of a professional context, who you can talk about your ambitions with, who you can discuss job searches with. I do really recommend maintaining contact with your school peers if you're currently in university. Uh, maintain those friendships. Keep up with where your friends are working, where your friends are maybe studying next, because those relationships can really help you further down the line. If one of your friends makes it really big, they can bring you up with them. They can help you build connections through people that they know. It is absolutely not unheard of to get a job from a friend of a friend of a friend. It's really just making sure that people remember you and know that you are still in this field and what you're looking for. Professors can also help with this, although you do need to be careful about individual boundaries with that. Some faculty may not be comfortable developing a relationship like that, but it's always worth reaching out and kind of staying on their radar. If you want to get into publishing, this can be a great place to start. If you want to do PhD or get your dissertation published, you can absolutely work with your supervisors on that, and that can be a very valuable relationship professionally in the long term. Of course, you should also like make the most of your first jobs. If you do get your foot in the door and have a job at a public library or a school library or just somewhere, do the same thing with your university friends as you would do with your coworkers. Treat your coworkers as they don't have to be your friends. You don't have to be friends with them. But treat your coworkers as connections. They are also people who are working in this field who might one day want your help with something, or who might one day be able to help you. Do your job well, show up, be passionate, even if it isn't your dream job, because people will remember that and will remember your work ethic when they're looking for people to hire in other positions. If this is all looking like a little bit too much, you can also take the social media route and try to just comment on posts, respond to people's stories, reblog things that you think are important or interesting to you, because it's not as powerful as a one-to-one direct conversation, but just having your name pop up over and over again in somebody's notifications can be enough to help them think of you and remember you and start that conversation that can then become an important professional relationship. Unfortunately, since I'm not here in person, I can't field any questions about this. I will share my contact information. If people do have questions, I would be happy to talk about this. I am in a similar position to this myself right now. I'm looking for my first jobs in this field, but don't really have the connections, but am working on building up relationships with the people I already know, meeting new people online who I might be able to use sounds like a bad word, but to an extent you are, in order to get where I want to be. But I really hope that this was helpful for you in some way. stay strong. I know it can be kind of intimidating, but you will, over time, develop those relationships and build connections and have a professional network that will get you to where you want to be. I promise.
Okay.
Hello
So,
and welcome to this session
starting
on...
all over again. So thank you very much there for Elsa's presentation. If anyone does have any questions about anything in Elsa's presentation, if you pop the questions in the chat, and we will send those to Elsa, and we can include the responses when we send out the recordings. So if you do have any questions about anything in there, absolutely pop those in the chat. Otherwise, we will move on to our next speaker.